It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 330. Tom Crawford, Blue Belly Tom, my broadcast partner spanning 18 years. He is a regular contributor to thewolverine.com and the creator of the Crawford Podcasting Network. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing great, and today for old guys like us, 65 toss power trap, Kansas City Chiefs. Triculate down that field, right?
Hank Stram up there watching that game. I'm sure he's very happy.
Otis Taylor, Leonard Dawson. Those were fun times. That was a long time ago. But so the Chiefs are back. That's cool.
Yeah, you were in what, middle school at that point?
I was
my first year at Michigan State.
I was 14.
14.
Wow, you are old. Wow.
Also joined by Lindsey Huddleston. He is the founder of Sports Psychology Solutions. He is a Thursday regular on The Drive with Jack, the Spotlight Radio Network. Very active in covering high school basketball. What are you seeing this year?
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of great basketball. Basketball is seeming to make a comeback in Michigan. You're seeing teams coming together, playing great team ball.
More than just Imani Bates?
There's a little bit more than Imani Bates is going on in the Metro Detroit area. I'll be in Detroit tomorrow for the Horatio Williams Classic. Of all the teams playing, just about all of them are top-ranked teams, so it's going to be some good basketball. Hopefully some young people can take their game to the next level, too.
A lot of people start to pick up on high school basketball at tournament time.
There you go.
And then it really gets lively. Yeah. Also want to welcome back Darian Harris, 5-year MSU linebacker, co-captain of the 2015 Big Ten champions, aspiring broadcaster. And this is new. He is a Quicken Loans marketing manager. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Definitely excited for that. It's always good to have a new opportunity. That's what life's about. So I'm definitely excited to take on a new career path, new career adventure.
And second year at Walled Lake Western High School?
Yeah, that definitely has to happen. I mean, I had too much fun coaching last year. Obviously, we had a great year. And, you know, it's always funny. You see these the guys that write in college and say they're coming back to school, Travis Etienne at Clemson and stuff like that. I feel the same way with coaching. We got unfinished business. That's like the quote of all athletes coming back to school. So I feel the same way as a coach at Walled Lake Western. You know, came up a little short in the semis, but I want to stay titled. So unfinished business at Walled Lake Western.
Every time we have a holiday, gentlemen, whether it's Memorial Day or Labor Day or Thanksgiving, I like to ask people what the day really means. Because for some people, it's a day off work. We've got Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Tom, what does that mean? What's the significance?
Well, for Emma, it's a very important day. It's just that we're colorblind. To me, I've been colorblind my whole life, and what Martin Luther King accomplished in this country is just amazing. And I think everybody needs to celebrate all ethnic races and backgrounds. This is a big day tomorrow.
The good kind of colorblind, not like Demetrius Brown when he threw those 7 interceptions to the guys in green jerseys. Lindsey, MLK Day means what?
Service, giving back, trying to help others.
I think that's appropriate. Darian, what does it mean to you and your generation?
Well, Martin Luther King has my favorite quote of all time that I actually learned from Coach Manny, which is life's most urgent and persistent question is, what are you doing for others? So same thing, as Lindsey said, service, giving back, making a difference in the community. That's what MLK Day means to me.
Well, no one personified that more than Martin Luther King Jr. I hope we can learn from that. We will be back. We have a lot of basketball and football to talk about. Michigan State, Michigan, the Big Ten, the national scene. We'll talk about the national championship game last Monday. That's still this week. And the NFL playoffs, a pair of games today. And the Super Bowl is set 2 weeks from tonight. We'll have Kansas City and San Francisco. We'll be right back with Going Green.
Hi, I'm Deb Hart.
And I'm Bob Hoffman.
Have you checked out Fox 47 Morning News?
Every weekday morning while Julie and Claire get you caught up on news and weather, we catch up with some of the most interesting people in mid-Michigan on the Morning Blend.
It's your chance to find out what's happening in your own backyard and have a little fun along the way.
Local news, local weather, local people.
Weekdays, 7 to 9 a.m.
1-800-HANSON's winter blowout sale will protect your home with 50% off the installation of our storm-resistant roofing that safeguards against ice backup. That's 50% off the installation, plus no payments and no interest till 2021. Our roofing is so good, we guarantee it for life. Call 1-800-HANSON's and get a free tablet. Whether you buy from us or anyone else, the tablet is yours.
Call 1-800-HANSON's. Get it done.
The Big Bang Gang would like you to know that now there's
only
one place to find the Big Bang Theory Monday through Friday.
There's only one clear choice.
The only option.
That's right, there's
only
one place.
The only way to look at it.
It's only logical.
This will always be my spot.
We live here.
So now there's no doubt your home for the Big Bang Theory Monday through Friday is
weeknights at 6, 7, and 11 on Fox 47.
You ready?
Yeah. Deputy, Thursday at 9 on Fox.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos. With 105 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf.
It's a special night, you know. Family was there. Assist record that was held down for 20 years. You know, so that's a lot of assists. So it really is a blessing to be in this position right now.
It's important because it's family. Man, I'm so happy for Cassius, man. He deserved it. And the special thing about it, you know, is when I played, I never played for stats. I never played for me. It was always for the team. And that's exactly what Cassius is doing. It's all about the team.
For it to stay in the family, for him to be one of my biggest supporters, you know. A lot of times, you know, in these situations, you probably want that forever, but it was never anything like that. You know, he was rooting for me the whole time, pushing for me to go get it, and you know, that's all love right there.
How sweet would it have been if you had made the shot? Everybody wanted to make that shot that gave him the record.
Oh man, that'd be crazy. And I don't even remember the shot though. Who shot it?
X got a lob feed.
The dunk. Oh,
yeah.
That's the best one. It don't even matter. That's the best one.
That is Cassius Winston, Martine Cleaves, and teammate Gabe Brown had a very nice game. Didn't miss a shot. 15 points that night. Lindsey Huddleston, you've known Cassius Winston longer and in a different way than anyone else in the media. When you think that his record now, passing Martine Cleaves, 817 assists, and probably going to wind up somewhere between 950 and 1,000, maybe going where it will never be broken. What does that mean?
I mean, I think that's great. It speaks to the depth of Cassius. I mean, we all will forever remember the tragedy he's experiencing in the public eye, but to be able to accomplish something and break a record that probably never will be broken, I think it speaks to how he can really stand on his own. I mean, you want the best for him, you want the best for his family, but wow, to make something so great happen that probably will never be broken, I think is just a testament to the type of great person he is and the great player he is.
Tom, you've watched Big Ten basketball since the 60s.
Yeah.
5 of the top 19 assist guys in Big Ten history played for Tom Izzo. Where do you put Cassius Winston on that list? Is he in a tier right behind Irvin Johnson or a little lower?
Right behind Irvin Johnson. I mean, he's not the most talented guy, but I've never seen a more efficient player in a long. It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. He's such a fluid player, team player, and it was a great honor for him on Friday. And that was a great event for Michigan State in general.
Darian Harris, Michigan State has now beaten the Badgers 8 straight times and has won 11 in a row in the series in Breslin. How has that happened after Wisconsin seemed to own this series for a while earlier in the century, had won 11 out of 14?
Yeah, I think it's a couple things. I mean, we know in sports that, matchups go back and forth across times. We've seen that with a bunch of different teams and rivalries and a bunch of different matchups across conferences. But also, I just think Michigan State, in this instance, it matches up extremely well with Wisconsin. Wisconsin's known to be scrappy and physical, and, they go for charges and things of that nature. Michigan State can match that, but also with superior talent. Another thing, I think Michigan State just catches Wisconsin at a great time during the season. It's when Michigan State starts clicking that they always seem to match up with Wisconsin. Gabe Brown didn't miss a shot. Right. Rocket Watts had a career day. When you have your players, your role players playing like that, it's really hard to beat anybody, especially a team in your own conference at home.
There was a period in the second half when Wisconsin cut the lead from 19 down to 6. Started to wonder, are they going to beat Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan State all on the road? That didn't happen. Went from 6 up to 25 and then came back down. It was a strange game.
Yeah, definitely a strange game. And, emotions matter. I mean, we knew that this was going to be the record-breaking game for Cassius, and it worked out perfectly. It's a home game. A team could be there. You don't want to lose that game. So everybody's, sense of alertness and awareness is heightened. And, again, it's just, Wisconsin kind of walked into a buzzsaw in this case.
Tom Crawford, let's take a look at Michigan State's schedule the rest of the way. And first place at 6-1, but 5 of those victories have come at home. What happens to Tom Izzo's team now with 8 of its last 13 regular season games on the road?
Well, they're not going 19-1 in the Big Ten. I will say that. I mean, they'll probably lose, Jack. 4 or 5 more games, and be Big Ten champs. I mean, I think 14-6 will get you the crown, and but this team is it's expanding the attributes of it. When Rocket Watts, Gabe Brown, it's just not the big 3. They're starting to click right now, and even without Kyle Arns, I think they're in good shape right now as any time of the season.
I was thinking win the home games and split on the road, that would be 15-5.
That'll get you. They'll probably win by 2 games. I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Last year, it took 16-4 to share it. Michigan State and Purdue. Michigan was third.
This is a different year. These are 10 teams
right?
going to make the tournament, potentially.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Have you ever seen a league like this ever?
12 of the top 50 in the net from the Big Ten. The NCAA evaluation tool, there you see the ball, the souvenir ball for Cassius Winston. That was on his chair waiting for him when he came out of the shower. We will be back. We'll talk Michigan basketball up next. Our Out of the Blue segment coming up here on Press Pass.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as a side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football. It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
The new Fox Sports app, now with live streaming. Download it from the App Store today.
Season 3 of The Masked Singer premieres after the Super Bowl on Fox.
you for season 3 of The Masked Singer. Howdy. Costume's ready.
Who is that?
The costume you picked is very appealing. I got a split. See you after the Super Bowl. Special delivery from Fox for, you gotta be kidding me. Season 3 is about to be lit.
The Masked Singer Season 3, the biggest celebrities yet, premieres after the Super Bowl on Fox.
Well, I'm very happy with our guys' energy, effort, and attitude. They showed a ton of passion these last 2 games on the road. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get the win that we wanted, but I love how we've grown through adversity and how we compete in each and every possession.
What allowed Iowa to pull away late in the second half?
Well, looking back to the possession with that 3 that was made, unfortunately that worked in their favor. The crowd got really into it. The loose ball that didn't go our way bounced in their favor, went in, went back down. We had 2 open looks, didn't go in for us, but I love the fact that our guys kept fighting.
First year University of Michigan coach Juwan Howard seems very positive, unless you're an official. Wolverines, Tom Crawford, 2-4 in Big Ten play. Problem is they haven't come close to stopping Luka Garza, Xavier Tillman, Daniel Oturu, Trevion Williams, a guy who had as much success and was as good a defensive player as Juwan Howard. Are you surprised that that's been the case?
Whoever the center is playing Michigan, there is your Big Ten player of the week. Just ink it in the rest of the way. No, but they did some double down. I will say they did some double down, with Franz Wagner, a couple other things. Listen, Luka Garza is the best big man in the Big Ten, second best player in the league next to Cassius. But I'm telling you what, man. My God, if you touch that dude, just getting near him, he's going to go on the free throw line. 13 charity tosses. The disparity at the free throw line, and I'm not one to complain about officials. Yeah. I saw moving screens. That guy had a hall pass to do anything he wanted to do at Carver Hawkeye. That being said, Michigan's got they got some issues. They got to go small. They got to have Brandon Johns come off the bench, Jack, and then go Franz at the 4 and go 3 guards. It's just more efficient. This is not working out with this starting lineup with Brandon.
I did not see 1 second of that game until I got home. I recorded it. Someone yelled out, "Hey, Michigan's up 6 midway through the second half," and I wondered what happened. And then I saw the free throws. Iowa made 27. Michigan made 4.
Yeah, 27-30. Yeah.
Yeah, they shot 6 times as many free throws as Michigan.
Now listen, I'm one of those guys that say that means they're better than you, and they're more aggressive. They're more aggressive.
Basket,
no,
right?
I absolutely. But there were some glaring moments, in particular with Luka Garza. Like you're going vertical, and you're still getting a whistle. Wasn't right.
Lindsay, when the Wolverines were 7-0, I seriously considered making them number 1 in the country. They had just beaten Gonzaga by 18 points. The battle for Atlantis, I ranked them 2. They were number 4 in the poll. So they've gone from unranked to number 4. And this week, I think they're going to be back out of the poll again. How does that happen?
I don't think this is indicative to just Michigan basketball. I think this is college basketball and where we are right now. You can have a number 11 ranked Louisville team go into Duke, a number 3 beat them at Cameron. Who would have thought? Even with Michigan State when they took the 29-point loss to Purdue on a road. I think these players don't have the mental stability to be able to stay locked in for multiple games. They can do one big game, one emotional game, one mark your calendar game, and then they may fall off after that. And I think that's going to be indicative.
You saying they're kids?
I think
that's where you come in. That's where your business comes in, right? The middle stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm seeing right now.
Darian, the Wolverines have dropped 6 of their last 10, all 5 of their true road games. Taking a look at their schedule moving forward, how much is it going to help to have 8 of the last 14 back in Chrysler?
I think it's going to help a lot. Obviously, you're always going to be more comfortable at home, especially in a basketball setting, and especially you have a new coach in Juwan Howard and some new players that had to step into the lineup this year. So it definitely helps for them to go back into Chrysler Arena. But I don't think this is an indictment on Juwan Howard and what he's been able to do in the first year. He just stepped into a crazy year in the Big Ten, really across the country, as we've mentioned, but especially in the Big Ten, where anybody can be anybody on any given day, and road teams have struggled immensely this season. Maybe something we've never seen before, because usually, Big Ten teams, you've been there. You could play and win on the road. Not this year.
Well, I think Michigan is going to surge in the second half of the season, Tom.
Yeah.
They get those home games, and I thought Michigan basketball would finish with a better winning percentage than Michigan football. So it's got a little work to do. We'll be right back looking around the Big Ten in the country up next.
Greasy pizza boxes.
Glass bottles not emptied.
Yogurt containers with. Ew!
Michigan needs to recycle better, and that change starts with you. Learn the rules of recycling at recyclingraccoons.org.
Hike! Get in the savings zone at Capital Honda with game-winning offers on the new 2019 Honda Civic LX, $189 a month, or new 2019 Honda CR-V EX all-wheel drive, $269 a month. You should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda.
Shaheen Chevrolet and Fox 47 are taking the plunge for Special Olympics.
And you can help by donating at fox47news.com and clicking on the Polar Plunge button, or at ShaheenChevrolet.com.
Thank you from all of us at Shaheen.
And Fox 47.
Man, is it going to be cold?
Greasy pizza boxes.
Glass bottles not emptied.
Yogurt containers with. Ew!
Michigan needs to recycle better, and that change starts with you. Learn the rules of recycling at recyclingraccoons.org.
Download the Fox 47 News app, available for iOS and Android.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. Peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to Northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug Warren and I were for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
So we were the prelim to the fight tonight. All right? That's a brutal game. It's the most physical game we've been involved in years, really. And they're good. I mean, they're really good. And Johnson was terrific in that first half. With the depth that they have and the experience, they outplayed us, especially in those first 10 minutes. And our kids fought like crazy and put us in a position to win. But the term freedom of movement was not alive and well tonight. That said, I mean, I hope we don't have the rest of the conference like that. It's not good basketball.
It was a bloodbath, let's just say that. Cameron Indoor. And you see the frustration with Mike Krzyzewski. I don't know how much of that was 7 turnovers for his team in the first 8 minutes. But how do you describe, Tom, what is happening now? And you had 3 of the top 5 teams in the poll losing 2 games this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Lindsey was talking about. This is crazy. I mean, there's 351 teams in Division I college basketball, and anybody can beat anybody, it seems like. And it's like the Big Ten is like a microcosm of college basketball. There's so much balance, and part of it, I think, is the one and done, the Kentuckys and the Dukes. It's like it's like the turnover in high school football every year. Yeah. You got to reinvent the wheel, so to speak, and I think that's part of it. And it's exciting. I'm loving this college basketball season more than I have in a long, long time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I love this, where there's no clear number 1 team. And you saw Duke. They lose at Clemson. When's the last time Clemson did something like this in 1 week? If they'd won a football game, they'd have stopped playing.
They showed up.
And then Auburn, they were undefeated, and they get 2 L's. And Dayton, which was terrific all year, they get a couple. Lindsey, you were in Piscataway 2 months ago for the Michigan State-Rutgers football game. Who could have envisioned that the Scarlet Knights would be heavy favorites to make the NCAA tournament for the first time in 29 years?
Well, we think back to when the Scarlet Knights came into East Lansing and played Michigan State. Of course, Michigan State won, but Coach Tom Izzo was very complimentary to Steve Pikiell's team as far as they're going to be fighting. He talked about that parity. He said that the lower part of the Big Ten is just as good as other parts, if not better teams in the country. I just think that everyone's fighting now, and people that didn't have reputations are trying to make a name for themselves. So it's going to be some great tournament play all the way throughout.
The night of that game, I said something to Tom on the phone about, you guys aren't really clicking. He says, hey, Rutgers, they're going to win a lot of games. You watch. Okay, yeah, sure.
Can you imagine the Big Ten tournament, what that's going to be like?
Yeah.
Just pull a name out of the hat. It's going to be
crazy. Darian, taking a look at the Big Ten standings here, we're talking about 42-7 record for the home teams. Only 7 times out of 49, that's 1 out of 7, have the visitors won the game. What's a bigger surprise, that the home teams have been that dominant, or that Rutgers and Illinois are tied for second place, just 1 game behind the Spartans?
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to answer that question because I was here when Graham sat across this table and said Illinois is a top 3 team in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And I agreed with him. I thought that Illinois was going to be that. So I guess the way I answer that question maybe is an indictment on myself. I don't know. Maybe I don't believe my own pick. So I'm going to go with the teams being 42-7 at home. Right. I haven't seen that before in the Big Ten. I'm used to, and the games aren't close. Right. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
the games aren't close.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm used to at least some competition in terms of the Big Ten. It just seems like home court advantage is something that's really means something, and maybe it's a psychological thing. I mean, I think it truly is a psychological thing now. Because kids, we see everything. We see and hear everything. We know the record right now. It's got to be in the kids' heads.
But
right
how
now.
did Wisconsin do it twice? I mean, that's pretty amazing.
That's really impressive.
Amazing. Tom, we saw Illinois last year and knew what havoc it could wreak with that defense, but they're not doing that now. They're not pressing all over the place. They're winning with their bigs, and then Audisumu makes some plays down the stretch.
Yeah.
They're not blowing people out except Purdue, but they're winning the game.
And they still defend well, and I'm cringing when they come to Chrysler at noon on Saturday. Because Michigan's got the pressure on them. You got to protect home court, and Illinois is a bad matchup for Michigan. So they're going to be in the hunt for the end. I mean, they're going to get a good seed, I think.
Darian, could you have imagined that Illinois and Rutgers would each have more than twice as many league wins as Michigan and Ohio State?
No, definitely not. Now that I definitely couldn't have imagined, especially just the way the year started off. I mean, we're talking about Michigan and Ohio State as 2 top 5 teams in the country.
Ohio State's a mess.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
now it just completely.
Michigan and Ohio State combined have 4 conference wins. Rutgers has 5, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back talking college football up next.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as the side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Right along with Chicago PD, weeknights at 6 on My 47.4.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Murder really does follow you everywhere.
You have no idea what you did to me.
I made you. You destroyed me.
Prodigal Son returns this Monday on Fox.
The Holt & Diamondale Insurance Agency has all of your insurance needs covered. Home, auto, life, business, farm, equipment. For your insurance checkup, call the Holt & Diamondale Insurance Agency, your hometown team today.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
What a phenomenal group we had. It just gave us the energy and all night, and they've been with us all year. And give the credit to our players. Those guys fought. We started working last year, January 17th. They worked their tails off with Tommy Moffitt. They did the right things, character, grit, determination. They had their player-only practices this summer. I didn't even know about them, led by these guys on the side. We took it one game at a time. We won as a team. Got to give the credit to our coaching staff, Jack Marucci, Tommy Moffitt, all the trainers, and just a tremendous night for the LSU Tigers, tremendous night for the purple and gold, a tremendous night for the state of Louisiana. We are so proud to represent.
They had a great plan coming in. I mean, we knew they would. Brent Venables is the best in the country and at what he does, and you know, he was mixing up the looks. I honestly couldn't figure out where they were blitzing from all night. We had great play calls, great coaching staff. I mean, this was a long time coming. This kind of speechless right now. This was fun.
2 soon-to-be extremely wealthy men. That is National Coach of the Year Ed Orgeron of LSU and National Player of the Year Joe Burrow. Hats off to the Fighting Tigers. Unbelievable season, 15-0. Darian, when Clemson clawed back and made it 28-25, did you think we were going to have a competitive game to the end and we might just get a repeat champ with a 30-game win streak?
No. I just something special, obviously, about LSU this year, and I just, it's Joe Burrow. I mean, his demeanor was what had me so confident that they were going to win that football game, because it didn't matter what happened in any game this year. He was never high, never low. He was just, I'm just going to go out there and get it done. I mean, the coolest dude, cool as the other side is a pillow, as the great Stuart Scott used to say. That's Joe Burrow.
Now, you were an Ohio State guy most of the season, right? Do you think it would have been any different if OSU had held on, probably should have beaten Clemson, dominated statistically? If it had been the Tigers and the Buckeyes, what would have happened?
I think it maybe would have been closer as the score of LSU Clemson
Great
showed.
Defensive backs.
Great
for
defensive
Ohio
backs,
State.
obviously for Ohio State, probably the top corner in the country. Would have been matched up on Chase and maybe done a better job than A.J. Terrell did. Although A.J. Terrell was a first-team All-ACC player, first-round projected pick as well. So I just think the way LSU played this year, I just think it was their year.
Yeah.
It just knowing the outcome of this game and how they played against Clemson, I just think it was LSU's year.
And hey, guys, they're all gone. Joe Brady is now the offensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
Dave Aranda is the new head coach at Baylor. You can go through this list, and one after another, they're off to the league, as maybe they should be, Darian. That's strike while the iron is hot, so to speak. Tom, taking a look at the history of the college football playoff, now we have 6 years of championships. As you look at those games, which is a team that you would least like to face? Which is team would scare you the most?
3 letters, LSU. I mean, by far. I mean, I know that Alabama team was terrific. And
what about the Clemson team last year that beat Bama by 28?
I know that. I get that. But this team, I'm going to dovetail off what Darian said. This team is special. And it starts with Joe Burrow. I go back to that September 7th game in Austin when Texas kept coming at them. But you know what? LSU kept attacking offensively. They're just another level. I think it's the greatest college football team I've ever seen.
Greatest offense I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I'll say
and
that.
Joe Brady was a big part of that because think of last year to this year with LSU.
And the first number 1 seed, Darian, to win the championship. Lindsay, if we take a look at the final Associated Press top 25, after all the bowl action, which team was the most pleasant surprise and which was the biggest disappointment?
Oh, it's easy to get on the Tiger bandwagon. I mean, LSU was a great surprise from start to finish. The colorful coaching staff, Joe Burrow, his amazing Heisman Trophy speech. For me, the disappointing team would be Alabama. I mean, we always talked about Alabama being a dynasty-type team, always being considered for a national championship. And you see them so many behind, being out of that college playoff. So that's what I would look at it as LSU being the greatest story right now and Alabama being unfortunate to change another guard.
Darian, could you make a case that the biggest surprise might have been Minnesota after its bowl win over Auburn? And can you make the case that there'd be another Big Ten team that'd be the biggest disappointment?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that perhaps, maybe Michigan was a little bit of disappointment. But I would say maybe Ohio State not closing out as a disappointment. And then I could maybe look at the college football voters as a disappointment also, because we would talk about Alabama as a possible disappointment, but after watching Oklahoma, could you really tell me Alabama was not one of the 4 best teams in the country, or Georgia or Auburn? I mean, it just, and I'm not necessarily in favor of expanding, but I don't think that Oklahoma was better than Alabama.
Yeah, and I think you could make that evaluation, especially now, but they're just not prepared to go with the 2-loss team in the playoff yet.
Exactly.
And to take conference champions and say those championships mean nothing.
Yep.
We will be back in just a minute, and it's time to talk about other playoffs, the National Football League. A couple of games today, Kansas City, San Francisco, big winners.
The Masked Singer premieres after the Super Bowl on Fox 47. And you could be in the audience for an upcoming episode. Fox 47 and Capital Region International Airport present The Masked Singer Flyaway. Winner and a guest receive airfare, hotel, and tickets to a taping in LA. Enter to win at fox47news.com. For a chance at some extra cash, visit any local LaFontaine dealer. Brought to you by Fox 47, LaFontaine Auto, The Recycling Raccoons, and Fly Lansing.
Welcome to the beautiful Merrill Ford Okemos on Grand River in Okemos. Check us out online at merrillford.com. Beautiful facility, great people, giving you great deals, outstanding service. Going on now, 19 model clearance sale. Save $16,700 on a brand new 2019 F-150. Plus sale prices are clearly marked on our remaining 19s in stock. Always working hard for you. Check us out online, merrillford.com.
Watch Access Hollywood weeknights at 11 on My 47.4.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. Stop and see Chuck, Delita, and their terrific staff on Trowbridge, or find Woody's favorites at Tom's Foods, Horrocks, and all across MSU's campus.
To get inside the 10. Another jet sweep, it's Tyreek Hill, and he's in! Right on 2nd and 10. Down the middle, caught, Hill, what? 2nd and 10 as that Tennessee defense drops back. As long they try to make a diving and tip, and Mahomes who tiptoes inside the 10, still not down, oh, what a run! Let's play down to the 3. Here's the handoff to Williams. Williams to the corner. Less time. Slings it way down the field to Watkins. Sammy Watkins for the touchdown.
Welcome to the Patrick Mahomes Show. Tennessee Titans got a real good look at that today. And we are joined by our pro football historian, Doug Warren. Doug, Titans gave it a shot after beating 3rd seed New England and the winningest team in pro football, the Baltimore Ravens. Took a couple of 10-point leads and then ran into the real Kansas City. What happened?
Well, I think, as you said and we saw in the open, Patrick Mahomes, the defending MVP, NFL MVP from last season, showed you why. Great player, 3 touchdown passes, another one rushing. He had more pass completions than Derrick Henry had rushing attempts today. They took Tennessee out of their game. Henry only 16 carries for 69 yards, well below what he'd been doing in the playoffs. And Kansas City ultimately gets to go to their first Super Bowl in 50 years and wins the AFC Championship last year after falling short against New England.
Tennessee, the number 6 seed in the AFC and the last of the 12 teams to make it into the playoffs, obviously didn't win 2 games by giving it to Derrick Henry 3 times in the second half. What was going on with Mike Vrabel's game plan?
I don't know. He's going to be having a few sleepless nights this offseason thinking about that, how he allowed the team to get away. When you have a 10-point lead with Derrick Henry, that means you feed him the football. Well, again, like you said, Jack, only 3 carries in the second half. Don't know why that happened, but it ultimately, I think, cost them a chance to win this football game.
Last week, we saw Kansas City fall behind 24-0 and then score 41 straight points. Today, just a couple of 10-point leads, but Kansas City going to their first Super Bowl in 50 years. How did they do it, Doug?
Well, again, I think they had opportune defense. At times, the defense doesn't look that good this year. They were able to do so today. And, Kansas City, San Francisco, it should be a great Super Bowl. I think Las Vegas has it opening up as a pick'em already. So we'll see where that ends up ultimately by game time. But this will be a great Super Bowl. It's San Francisco overall, the most consistent football team all season long, offensively and defensively, and sort of a clash in styles because the 49ers really like to run the football. Maybe not to the level that Tennessee did, but they have much more balance to their attack. And they have a 3-headed rushing attack with the 3 great running backs and Jimmy Garoppolo running the offense.
2 weeks from right now, gentlemen, we will know it will be over, and we are going to have a special edition of Press Pass, a pregame show, starting at 10 a.m. a week from next Sunday. That's February 2nd. But, Doug, we know the NFL is a copycat league. We know that whatever one team does that's successful, everybody jumps on board. What have we seen in the playoffs that we're going to see a lot more next year in the regular season?
Are we seeing a evolution back to teams with dominant running games? I wonder if that's going to be the case, because what we see with San Francisco and the success that Tennessee had, maybe we see a trend more in that direction. But again, if you don't have an elite quarterback in the NFL, you're not going anywhere. And you saw really Kansas City overpower Tennessee today because Derrick Henry's not available. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. They're not giving him the football. Ryan Tannehill just not good enough to pick up the slack in the passing game and get it done. And ultimately, the best quarterback won that matchup today.
We talk about elite quarterbacks and Hall of Fame type quarterbacks. That would be Aaron Rodgers. But you would not have known that today in San Francisco and Santa Clara. And where in the world did Raheem Mostert come from?
You got to ask John Lynch. He's got the scouting report. It's amazing. You know, two of their best running backs in that 3 running back rotation, undrafted free agents. He knows how to scout. He and his staff know how to scout. They bring in guys and they make the most out of them. And he's done a tremendous job. I mean, if there's a better executive maybe over the past 3 seasons than him and building this team ultimately, a team that only won 4 games last year, John Lynch has got to be the guy.
I know you always say defense wins championships. That would tend to mean you're going to favor San Francisco.
Yeah.
What do you think in Super Bowl 54?
I would favor San Francisco because, like I said, overall they've been the most consistent team on both sides of the ball all year long.
Anybody here on the Kansas City train?
No.
Nobody?
No.
No love for the Chiefs? We will be back in just a minute, and Mark Ewell from the MHSA is going to join us up next.
At the David Chapman Agency, we take your business insurance personally. Our expertise makes it easy for you. Experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about your business with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Tripp from Tripp's Collision Center. Did you know if you have an accident, you don't have to take your car to a body shop your insurance company tells you to? Did you know at Tripp's Collision Center, you don't even have to have your car repaired by us for us to be able to help you? If you've had an accident and you're cashing out with your insurance company, let us write you an accurate estimate so you can get all the money you deserve. At Tripp's Collision Center, we'll cover up to $500 of your insurance deductible or a rental car.
Explain how you ended up here yet again.
In front of the patient. If you lay a finger on a patient, I'll have you sued.
He's in V-fib. I need you to do compressions. Do it.
I'm gonna do whatever is best for my patient.
The Resident, all new Tuesday at 8 on Fox.
Last man standing.
Weeknights at 7:30 on Fox 47.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority, bringing thousands of athletes and teams to Mid-Michigan for dozens of tournaments and special events. Hats off to the GLSA for showing just what Mid-Michigan can be. Very happy to be joined tonight by Mark Ewell, taking over for Jack Roberts and now clearing his own path with the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Mark, you cut your teeth in officiating, and I know that it's always difficult to find quality officials, but it's a great way for young people to stay involved with the game. How do you pitch that and get more young people involved with officiating?
You know, what we really try and do, Jack, is to make it as attractive as possible. It's really a way for not only the college-age kids to make some extra money, but for the college-age kids at heart to make a little more money and to put that into the family income. We have so many people out there that love sports, that love athletics, and it's really, right now being in the middle of basketball season, become a basketball referee, and if nothing else, you get paid to work out. How about that for a New Year's resolution? So we're trying to reach people in new ways, interesting ways, and to get them involved and to pick up that whistle.
The officiating pool, gentlemen, it's a little bit like my hairline, graying and thinning, but you got to keep up the hunt for new officials, and it's a great way to stay in shape, too. I want to talk to you about the Battle of the Fans, Part 9, and we have 9 schools who are involved in it: Buchanan, Caro, Frankenmuth, Hart, Petersburg, Summersville, Reese, Saginaw Heritage, Traverse City West, and Zeeland East. Don't see any Mid-Michigan schools in there. What do the schools around here need to do to get in the finals next year, Mark?
Well, apparently their student body has to pick it up a little bit. What's been great with the Battle of the Fans is it's really been a way where students have used social media to organize their student section and to get them organized and to really show what a Friday night is like in their home gym. So our staff will be going around to visit the finalist schools, and we'll see who this year's champion is, and hopefully next year we can get a Mid-Michigan school or two in that mix.
Mark, everyone who knew him was saddened by the loss of Bart Wajenke. Was a tremendous administrator as principal at Hazlitt High School, also a first-class official. You knew him very well. Thoughts on Bart?
Well, the reason for the purple shirt tonight isn't in Bart's memory. He unfortunately died after a very quick diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. The leadership that he had given Hazlitt High School, the things that he had done on the basketball floor as an official, and so many of us that don't work at the pro or the college level. Really, sports is about relationships and making impact in people's lives, and Bart Wajenke was the epitome of really making that impact.
I really appreciate you being here, Mark, and we're all going to miss Bart Wajenke, especially the Hazlitt community. We'll be right back.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as a side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Get the lowdown from TMZ, weeknights at 10 on My 47.4.
With a certificate from MSU Federal Credit Union, your financial goals will be within your reach. You can open your certificate with as little as $50. MSU Federal Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Chef Ramsay is going deep undercover.
How deep?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Gordon's invited some good fellas to a meal they must refuse.
You need somebody to get whacked.
All new 24 Hours, Tuesday on Fox.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment brought to you by the 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. Isn't often we can show an entire UFC fight on this show, right?
$60 worth and pay for viewers.
Darian, you were at the casino watching it, right?
Yeah.
Hope you drank your drink fast.
Yeah, I got that. I knocked that down. You know, it was crazy. I mean, you literally blinked and it was done. But I guess hats off to Conor. He's back. He's back
in a big way. All right, Team 330, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Lindsey Huddleston, let's start with you in our play of the week.
Play of the week, 6 minutes, 17 seconds into the second half. The lob known around Michigan State and the Big Ten. Cassius Winston getting the assist record going to Xavier Tillman for the big dunk. And there you have it. That has to be the play of the week.
I heard Mike DeCourcy say that Xavier Tillman is ranked way too low on a lot of NBA scouting lists now, so we'll have to watch and see how that goes the rest of this season. Darian Harris, what about our game of the week?
Game of the week, you know, I was tempted to go with McGregor versus Cowboy. That was more like a play, you know, 40 seconds. So I'll go with the clash of the Titans, no pun intended, between the Chiefs and the Titans. You know, obviously the Chiefs got the win, but I thought it was a great game. It was two clashing styles. It was that air raid, aerial assault of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes versus the run and defense of Mike Vrabel and Tennessee Titans. And, you know, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs prevailed, but I agree with what Doug said. I think that teams are going to start looking at running game and defense as a lot more important than they thought it was in the past few years.
If you don't have Patrick Mahomes, maybe the best way to do it is keep him off the field. They forgot that at halftime. Only ran Derrick Henry 3 times. Tom Crawford, what about our player of the week?
No, I'm not going Luka Garza because he got every call. Okay, but I'm going Joe Burrow. 6 touchdown passes? Yeah. Are you kidding me? I mean, he did it all year long, 463. The guy is cool and smooth like anybody else. He's got eyes in the back of his house. Goes to the soft spot of the pocket. He's incredible. He is going to be an incredible NFL player as well. So he's my player of the week.
Darian, you said it'd be the quickest decision by any team, first round pick. Don't have to worry about it.
If they take it down to under 15 seconds on that clock, I mean, Goodell should be walking out there as soon as the draft starts. And with the first pick, there should be no question about it.
They've already said they're not trading it, so I think we know who it's going to be. All right, for our team of the week, I always say life is a team sport. I want to recognize everybody who's involved with this show through the first 330. No individual honors. When people get an award, it's not because of what they've done as much as the people who've helped them do it. From Gary Baxter, general manager here, to Chuck Daniel, who's done a spectacular job of directing, to the best crew of interns that you'll ever find, and appreciate all of their work. And all of the panelists we've had through 330 shows. So my hat's off to all of you guys. Everybody who's helped put this show together. And bigger and better, we're going to be on late again in a couple weeks, but next week we'll be back at the regular time. I want to thank Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom, for joining us again. Our most frequent panelist, Lindsey Huddleston. You can catch him on Thursday on The Drive with Jack. And Darian Harris. We will be back next week, everyone. Thanks for watching.